Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Liliasaurus and you're watching me, Liliasaurus. That was beautiful. Anyway, hey, what's up? I'm not wearing makeup because I've been up since 3:30. I had work this morning and I just took a nice little shower and I'm not gonna put on makeup in the middle of the day. Just take it off in a couple of hours. So, we're just gonna roll with it. Anyway though, just wanted to talk about a little something that happened to me the other day. You know when you just try to deny yourself of things and then finally the world has to intervene in and say, hey, listen, I don't know why you keep denying yourself this. Just get it or just do it or just XYZ. Whatever it is that's supposed to be happening, right? Okay, so I go to a little bakery. I'm obviously like, I don't know, like, should I spend money? Should I not? Like, I've got coffee at home, blah blah blah. We're in the drive-through. Our son's in the back seat sleeping, and I see on the menu a nice little cookie. Meanwhile, in the back of my head, I've been wanting a chocolate chip cookie for days now. But what do? Like I said, I deny myself and hear that cookie. I say, hi, can I please get a so-and-so cookie? They're like, oh no, we're actually out of those. But if you want, we have chocolate chip cookies. And I was like, you know what? Yes, please. I actually would love to have a chocolate chip cookie instead. And then, of course, I'm eating it and I'm like, dang, this cookie is so freaking good. And it just reminded me of how chocolate chip cookies were invented in Massachusetts. And you know what else was invented in Massachusetts? Yours truly. You know what else was a little beautiful mistake of Massachusetts? Yours truly. So that, of course, made me want to get on my little laptop and say, what else was invented in Massachusetts? So together, we're going to find out. If you like sports, I can say the most obvious. Personally, I am a newfound Patriots fan. Shout out Drake May. But when I was in high school, I was a Packers fan. And that's actually one of the things that led me to my move in Wisconsin. Because when I was in high school, I used to say, oh yeah, I'm going to live in Green Bay for a year, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, now having been moved to Wisconsin and living in Madison, so glad I never went to Green Bay. I did end up visiting the stadium once, either once or twice. I think I went to the stadium once, and I might have been to Green Bay twice. But ain't crap to do up in Green Bay. Literally, it's just the stadium, and that's it. But it was still a nice experience overall, and I loved living in Madison. Like, literally, I sometimes sit here and I'm like, dang, did I make the right decision moving back? Because sometimes, like, wow, I miss living in Madison so much. A part of me will always live on in Madison, Wisconsin, because I love it there. I have so much of my heart there. I never went to school there, but in my mind, I am a Badger. I love Madison. I would love to go back. Literally, somebody call me up right now and be like, hey, you want to come visit Madison? Yes. Yes, I do. Get everybody ready. Round the troops. We're going. So with that being said, obviously, you could say the Patriots. Personally, always been a Celtics fan, so that's one of them. The Bruins. I think the Bruins are decent. I don't know. The Red Sox are pretty good. So yeah, all these things come from Massachusetts. But let's not get into the history of it though. Or no, Massachusetts they're always kind of on the right side of history, right? Maybe I should cut this out, but maybe I should be honest here. I've always been very, very ignorant of history. I try hard to be updated within the days and times of the current environment and all this stuff, but sometimes I physically cannot do it because I've never understood why we let me retract my statement. I was gonna say I've never understood why we all care, but it's just more so like I've never understood why does it matter what other people do? Like in my head, in my world, there's world peace because I feel like I've never cared. I don't know. I probably do need to cut a lot of this out because it's just gonna make me sound so terrible. It's gonna make me sound so bad. It's just like I get very heated about history and racism and all these things. It's just because it's like, why can't we just like mind our own effing business? Like, why? Whatever. Like I said, back to the topic. Things invented in Massachusetts. Let's go. 75 amazing things. First one, disposable razors. Fun fact, my grampy has worked for Gillette and he unfortunately got into an accident. Oh, basketball. Okay, basketball was invented in Massachusetts, but he unfortunately was involved in an accident and whatever, let me not get into it. But now he doesn't work at Gillette anymore. Another fun fact, we actually get a PR package from P&G every single Christmas now because ever since then, I don't know. But yeah, he used to work for Gillette, like not Gillette Stadium, but the actual Gillette company up in Boston, and was so good at his job that people would still call our house to ask him information about, I don't know, how to do the job or how to build the razors. I've got no idea, but they would call the house and ask for him. See, number one listed, yep, chocolate chip cookies, the greatest sport teams, the American Red Cross, the American Revolution, basketball, like I just said. Ooh, birth control. That's a good one. It says it was developed in the 1950s at Clark University in Worcester. The Boston accent, Boston cream pie, gotta love that. The Boston Marathon, Bose speakers. Ooh, an MIT student. Boston baked beans. Shout out those. I feel like this is not giving me campfire. Okay. Originally, Campfire Girls of America. Oh, I thought that just meant some. I was about to say somebody from Massachusetts invented fire, but that's not true. Clam chowder. Clam chowder is a good one if you enjoy seafood. I personally don't. I didn't do it last summer, but I would love to do it within the next summer coming up. I really want to go down to Cape Cod and try out different restaurants. Try out, maybe eating lobster, eating clam chowder, eating crab. I don't know, but I don't really like seafood, so I'm a little nervous about it. Oh, this is just going in alphabetical order. The dictionary. The dictionary was first made in Massachusetts. Donna Summer. Donna Summer is from, it just says born in Boston. Nice. Dunkin', obviously. We gotta love Dunkin' Donuts. Dr. Seuss, but F that man, because obviously all of his credits come from his wife. This is Edgar Allan Poe, but I thought Edgar Allan Poe was born in Virginia, or he did most of his life in Virginia. I don't know. I took a duck tour recently, and I'm pretty sure they said Edgar Allan Poe was either born in Virginia and then came here or something, or he was born in Boston but mostly lived in Virginia. Either way, for some reason he was like shunned out of Boston because his work at the time, he was a little ahead of his time, obviously, and people didn't really like his writing. So I think from what the lady told me, he got shunned out of Boston. Envelopes were a pretty good one. Oh yeah, Facebook. I will say though, I love The Social Network. I've seen that movie so many times. I love that movie. What does he say? It's like, my F you flip flop. No, I was right. It says, yeah, sorry, my Prada's at the cleaners along with my hoodie and my fuck you flip flops, you pretentious douchebag. I love that part. Anyway, is anybody still listening to me? Just kidding. Fire trucks. Fig Newtons. Sometimes a Fig Newton hits. My grandma used to eat Fig Newtons a lot. I think it was back during the, the 2000s. I was gonna say BBL era, but that's not right. It's the 2000s, like super skinny Weight Watchers era. Yeah, she was on that. But sometimes a Fig Newton would really hit the spot. Good Housekeeping magazine. Obviously there's the likes of like Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, the other one. What's his name? What is his name? Oh, Mark Wahlberg. That's probably why I don't remember his name. Just kidding. I'm not going to touch upon that anymore. There's lots of people who are from Boston. Ayo Adibri. I hope I said her name right. I'm so sorry if I didn't. Monopoly. Parker Brothers, a Salem company, created the board game in the 1800s. Huh. I used to love Monopoly when I was a kid. Norman Rockwell, barely from Massachusetts. I feel like I knew that though, because isn't there like lots of museums dedicated to him or something? Postcards. That's cute. It says the first postcards came from Springfield. Springfield actually has a lot of stuff. Isn't Springfield where Friendlies was originated from too? Shout out Friendlies. That's truly New England Kid core. Rubber tires. Charles Goodyear. Yeah, isn't there like Goodyear stores? But Massachusetts just has a lot. Obviously the Salem witch trials, sewing machines were invented. Wasn't the flag invented here in Massachusetts because of Betsy Ross or something? Am I getting that wrong? Sylvia Plath. Shout out my girl Sylvia Plath. Her and I actually went to, obviously not at the same time because that just wouldn't be possible. Her and I went to the same mental institution. Shout out McLean's. No, I really loved my experience there. I'm actually still friends with my hospital roommate, relatively. Well, we keep up with each other on social media. I would consider her, well, whatever. If you see this, just letting you know though, I appreciate you and I love you. That's another thing. Maybe I'll talk about it another day. I've recently started relearning my idea of friends and what like a friend means to me. Because I think at one point I was borderlining love with some of them. Yeah, I'm just trying to relearn what a friend means to me. Volleyball. Again, Springfield College. Yeah, there's so much. What else is there? Oh, the zip code was created in Massachusetts. It was issued to Agawam. The subway system, I think I do remember her telling us that during our duck tour, that the T was like the first creation of whichever. So I do remember that. But yeah, shout out the chocolate chip cookie. I love a chocolate chip cookie. Literally, I think that's one of my favorite desserts. I also love tiramisu lately. Ooh, a microwave. Huh. But yeah, majority of the time, my birthday cakes are just like giant chocolate chip cookies because I freaking love a good chocolate chip cookie, dude. For the fluffernutter, I don't really enjoy fluff, to be honest, because I've never really been a big fan of marshmallows. I also think it's because my mom not force fed me, but like literally it was like the only thing she knew how to make. Like all the time I would grab my lunch and I would sit down at the cafeteria in middle school, getting ready to eat my lunch, and it'd be another dang fluffernutter sandwich. Like, girl, I cannot deal with this anymore. Like, if you send me another fluffernutter sandwich, I'm going to freak out. So yeah, there's lots of things that has come from Massachusetts. And personally, I really do love being from Massachusetts because, you know, when I did live in Wisconsin, it'd be such a rare sighting. I used to work at a grocery store, and in at the grocery store, I first worked at the liquor department. So I was a cashier for that section. It's called wine and spirits. And obviously I had to check people's IDs if they were, you know, under a certain age. I think it was like if they don't look any older than 30, I had to card them. Some people were nice about it. Some people were really like, man, come on. But either which way, whenever I would get a nice little Massachusetts license card, I would always look at it and be like, oh, blah, blah, like I'd recognize the city or something. Or very rarely, somebody knew where I was from. But either which way, it was always nice to get those little glimpses of home, I suppose, because I really do take pride in being from Massachusetts. I'm a certified masshole here because, of course, I think everybody in Rhode Island cannot drive. Hate driving in Providence. 100% would rather drive in Boston. I don't know. That might just be me. If you're from Rhode Island, don't take it personally. I have lots of family in Rhode Island. Love you all so much. Mary Jane's. Are they talking about the shoe? No, they're talking about a candy. What food did Massachusetts invent? What is the official cookie of Massachusetts? A chocolate chip cookie? Yeah. Duh. What the Massachusetts? What else is there? I know we're called the Bay State. Massachusetts state things. Massachusetts state symbols? No. Oh, here we go. Haha. The Massachusetts flower is Mayflower. The tree is the American elm. Bird is a chickadee. Duh. Just because I hear chickadees a lot in my backyard. Massachusetts beverage is cranberry juice. That makes sense because Welch's. Yes, I forgot. Welch's is also from Massachusetts. Toast, the POS brand, is up in Boston because I remember seeing that when I used to work at a ice cream shop over in Madison. I had to like call the Toast corporate one time, and I was like, "Oh, haha, this is a 617 number." Massachusetts insect is a ladybug. I love ladybugs. To be honest, my room is infested with fake ladybugs. But growing up, I always thought that my room had ladybugs in it, so that's why I love them. But obviously, being a somewhat of adult now, I'm like, oh, these are just these teeny, teensy, whatever bugs. Massachusetts dog is a Boston Terrier. I think Boston Terriers are so cute. That's not the kind of dog I want. If I could have my own dog, which I do plan to one day, I want a Bernese Mountain Dog so badly. I saw a picture of a Bernese Mountain Dog in a library book when I was 9 years old, and ever since then, I have fallen in love. So I need a Bernese Mountain Dog at some point. The gem, Rhodonite, marine mammal, right whale. What happened to the left one? Fossil, dinosaur track. Okay. Massachusetts poem, Blue Hills of Massachusetts. I feel like I've heard or read that one before. Building and monument stone, granite. I guess that makes sense. That makes sense because aren't things made with a lot of granite out here? I have no idea. The Massachusetts muffin is a corn muffin. Shout out that. I love corn muffins. Massachusetts cat is a tabby cat. I used to have a tabby cat. Not exactly. I mean, it was like a family cat, and I was young. Her name was Buffy, and she was a bitch. She was like, talk to anybody in my family. She was a bitch, and she only liked my grandmother. So I mean, hey, maybe she wasn't. Maybe she was just misunderstood and only liked my grandmother for a reason. Massachusetts wild bird, a turkey. Duh. Folk hero Johnny Appleseed. How many people know about Johnny Appleseed? Like I remember like reading little books about Johnny Appleseed. And right here it says, can you all even see my laptop still? Yeah. Yeah, no, it's actually very interesting. I love Massachusetts. Shout out Mass. Shout out the Bay State. Shout out Cape Cod. Shout out Patriots. Let's go. Shout out the Celtics. I love the Celtics. Don't think there's much more to say about Massachusetts. Massachusetts is the best state. We also have the #1 education, and I'm pretty sure the #1 healthcare. We might have dropped down in healthcare, and I think #1 health. Oh, apparently Hawaii is #1 right now, and we dropped down to #2. I guess it really does depend on which website or list you're looking at, because it says we're #1 in healthcare access, but Hawaii is #1 in healthcare quality. So, but I know for a fact that we have the best schools in Massachusetts. Shout out Mass Education, and if you can, get your kids a Massachusetts education, because then they'll be smart and beautiful and witty and funny and amazing and well-rounded, just like little old me. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any other future videos. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.